Hey guys, it's Mandy. Welcome back to my channel. I just finished playing Metal Gear Solid 2, and I'm so sorry that it took me so long to finish the game. Things have just been crazy, but I finally finished it and I loved it. And upon completing the game, I just felt so confused and so overwhelmed by everything that was going on in the final few hours, the twists, the turns. Ugh, like the whole time I was playing the game, I expected something. Something wasn't quite right. I definitely was onto that. I didn't see it coming that we were in a simulation of basically Metal Gear Solid 1 the whole time. That I think just the Colonel and Rose were AI. I think I'm so confused. I think everyone else was real. And this is maybe where the disconnect was for me. I was trying to piece everything together, and then at the end you see the real Rose, and I'm like, wait a minute, do we even like her anymore? But the real Rose is different than what we were seeing in the simulation. It was so weird seeing her too. And then you find out what day she was talking about the whole time, and ooh. I I I really need to forgive her because it wasn't really her. But like it was the AI is based on her personality through the whole game, so I don't know. I really maybe she'll be in a future game and I can decide whether or not I like her because man, she was getting on my nerves so much playing this game. Other characters though, Raiden, Jack, amazing character. I loved playing as him. He was so fun. It was a very like different perspective than playing as Snake from the first game. So I really enjoyed that. The twist, finding about his childhood was so sad. It's actually such a sad game. So many characters have such sad backstories and even like sad futures. But I really enjoyed finding out about them. Olga, oh, her story was so sad. I loved meeting her. Fortune, also so sad, and finding out it was like her whole dilemma, her whole situation was a lie. Like what she believed was keeping her alive was a lie. It's just it's so sad to see people be manipulated like that. Very sad game. Really makes you think about things. The antagonists were really great. The boss fights were a lot of fun. So the big twist that this is all just a simulation kind of based around Shadow Moses to train Raiden to be another Snake, basically. I'm still iffy on it. I'm still iffy on like how similar it really is to Metal Gear Solid 1. Cause like the reveal is like, gotcha. It's basically Metal Gear Solid 1 again. We even have a ninja, but like we didn't fight the ninja. The ninja just appears, we chat. It's a twist who the ninja really is. And then like that's it. So I don't know. I didn't find it to be similar enough to Metal Gear Solid 1 for it to be that much of a gotcha. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Or maybe I haven't reflected on it enough to see how it's the same. But like my experience playing it was so different to Metal Gear Solid 1 that I just like it felt like such a different experience altogether. All the boss fights felt totally different. In fact, like that's the biggest difference I feel like between Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. So besides like the obvious like leap from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, like graphically huge difference, and like even play style very different. And part of that is like just because like you have these bigger maps, you can do a lot more, so you have more freedom, you have more options. I think more ways probably to take down bosses. You have the whole like putting people to sleep thing. That was really cool. But I felt like the bosses in the first game were leaps and bounds more creative, more fun. I enjoyed the bosses in 2, and honestly, they were easier in 2. In 1, sometimes I was ripping my hair out trying to figure them out. Like it felt like there was always a puzzle to the boss. Rather than just like shoot them until they die. Some of them in 1 are like that too, but a lot of them have some kind of a puzzle to them. And maybe the ones in 2 also do, and I just never figured out the puzzle. Maybe I just brute forced it. So it could be a user issue. But I think bosses I enjoyed in Metal Gear Solid 1 more. Probably twists and turns. I enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 2 more. Overall story, like characters and everything, I would give it to Metal Gear Solid 1 actually, even though 2 is really solid. But 1, I don't know. There's something special about like probably your first entry into a series. Probably that's why Metal Gear Solid 1 is dearer to me. From that side of things, this happens in a lot of games. The first one you play in a series is going to be the one that you're more nostalgic for, even though I just played it. But it's just like, it just, you have all these really wonderful memories of discovering the world for the first time and the characters for the first time. So I think I have to give it to Metal Gear Solid 1 for that. I think the characters in Metal Gear Solid 1 I just enjoyed a little bit more. Also, um, there was more variety of people I could call on the codec, I think, and I was meeting them for the first time. Some of these characters in 2 were a repeat, even if maybe they weren't really themselves. But Raiden in 2 was a lot of fun. I will give you that. Like, Raiden was a lot of fun. He plays differently than Snake. Maybe I prefer his gameplay actually to Snake. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I would have to revisit 1. But yeah, I really enjoy both games, the gameplay. Gameplay in 2. I would have to say gameplay in 2 is better. It is kind of fun comparing them after playing them both back to back like this though. I really enjoyed, I think, the women in Metal Gear Solid 1 a lot. Actually in 2, except all the women except Rose I did enjoy. So I honestly I really can't fault 2 for that because it's just Rose. Rose annoyed me almost the entire game. I think that's not a unique opinion. Other people probably share that opinion, but it's just didn't love Rose. Didn't love their relationship. It was really problematic to me. And then like it's revealed that like she says something like the first time Jack hit her or something like that. Not those exact words, but that's what it means, implying that there were multiple times. And also it's like really brushed under the rug that he is abusive. And yeah, kind of shocking to hear that. I mean, I know he's got a lot of trauma and that can often, cause issues down the road. Doesn't excuse it, but like I wish we could have delved a little more into that because that was kind of shocking. Like really shocking. And it just felt a little brushed aside, a little swept under the rug. It was really cool having the setting, the backdrop be New York City by the end of the game, the whole thing with the Patriots and like America's founding and all of that like kind of coming into play. That was really cool. Some of the themes in the game tying into things that we're looking at today, like AI and shaping memory, taking things away that we want to forget and who gets to control that. Like that was a really cool discussion to see. I kind of wish we would even like poke that a little bit more, go a little deeper. Maybe future games do. I don't know what to expect from Metal Gear Solid 3, which I am going to play. There may be a small break between the end of Metal Gear Solid 2 and the start of Metal Gear Solid 3 while I just like wrap things up and get ready to start another new game so that I don't have to take breaks in between episodes again. But I'm really looking forward to starting 3 because it feels like we left quite a bit open at the end, and I'm excited to see where 3 picks up and who we're even playing as. I assume we're back as Solid Snake, but we'll see. And it was great to have Otacon back in this game. I loved Otacon. In the first game, he frustrated me so much. In this one, I really loved him. And we got to meet Emma. Oh, I was bringing up sad stories earlier, sad character arcs. Emma's is probably the saddest. I really thought, I really suspected that by the end, she would somehow survive. She would somehow come back and be alive. But she actually did not survive this game, and I'm devastated. I haven't looked anything up to see if there's like an alternate ending where somehow she survives, but I don't know. The way it played out really seemed like she has to die. I should look that up though. Leave it in the comments if I miss that. But oh, I was so sad about her story. Ugh, really sad. And like her final words, just wanting Otacon to call her Emma and not EE. It's all so sad. It really is sad. such a sad game. It's such a goofy game to have such sad aspects to it. Like my overall impression of it is that it's like this silly romp, but it actually has so much depth to it. It's kind of crazy that it can do both so well. Really, really enjoyed that about it. I had a blast playing it. I'm really looking forward to seeing where Metal Gear Solid 3 goes from here. I think Metal Gear Solid 3 is the last one in this collection, so we'll see. We'll see when I get to play the future ones beyond 3, but I'm really looking forward to 3. I think I've heard it's some people's favorite, a lot of people. So I can't wait to see what that game has in store for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and sticking with me through the Metal Gear Solid playthroughs, and I will see you for Metal Gear Solid 3 super soon. Bye everyone!